here's the origin story of poetry. So I was at a conference, and two friends of mine who are both engineers, Jacob Matthews and Francesca Slade, they came up to me and they said, we have a game idea. We've got a really, really interesting game. And they said, the premise is, what if we could make English speakers think that English was their second language? And I said, what does that mean? They said, okay, here's the thing. We're going to give you a paragraph, and you have to say this paragraph back to us. And the paragraph was crazy long. And it was like, on Thursday, I went to the supermarket to buy a loaf of bread. But along the way, I encountered a giant green dragon who was breathing fire and stopped me right in my tracks. I had to go around him because purchasing the bread was still of the utmost importance. And so I then entered the supermarket, right? Like that crazy thing. And they said, okay, you have to say that whole paragraph back to us using only single syllable words. Go. And I was like, oh, okay. I went to, and I tried to tear it apart, and I like constantly messed up. And they kept saying, nope, you can't say that word, back up. And so I'd back up. Nope, you can't say that word. And at the end of this thing, which my turn took like 25 minutes, at the end of this thing, I thought, well, this is no fun at all, but there's something really fun in here. And so I started working with them, and I was like, okay, what if we took that paragraph and we shrunk it down to just a sentence? Okay, still not fun. What if we shrunk it down to like 5 words? And I kept lingering at this like 5-word mark. And my friend, Brian Spence, who's the designer of Throw Burrito, he got involved in it, and he said, why are you keep hedging your bet here? Like, just commit 1 word. Like, this whole game just needs to be 1 word. Stop screwing around here. Like, don't be scared of that. Just go 1 word. And so as soon as we got there, as soon as we said, say this word, pretzel, using only single syllable words, the game went from there's something here to holy crap, I want to play again. And just over and over and over and over again. And that little story, right? Like that progression from, wow, there's something here to, but I don't know what it is, to I want to play again. It sounds so simple, right? If you start at the end, if you start with get somebody to say this word using only single syllable words, it seems like, well, hasn't that always existed? Like, that's such an obvious game design. Did any work even go into that at all? But to know where it started and go along this like year-long journey to get to the end was excruciating.
When in that journey did you land on the Neanderthals part? Because I think that it is a mechanically fun game, but I think that the wrapper does so much to elevate it and to make you kind of a character.
This is the beauty of my collaboration with my co-founder, Matt Inman. When I had this game done, I sat down with Matt and I said, look, this thing is gold. It's so much fun, but I can't call it the single syllable word game. Like that was the prototype name.
Terrible.
That's a good instinct.
Yeah. Thank you. And Matt, because this is what he is so good at, he said, well, let's play it. And we played it and played it and played it tons of times. And then at the end of that process, he said, we all sound like cavemen. Why don't we call this game Poetry for Neanderthals? And it was like that fast. It just comes out of his mouth.
So good.
And
it's really good.
As soon as he said that, I was like, stop. Just stop talking. Don't brainstorm anymore. We're done. Like, we're here. Then we tackled the last and final problem of the game, which is, okay, what if somebody messes up? Well, now that we have this caveman theme and we know we need to punish you for messing up, an inflatable nose stick that you could thwack people with. There was no thought there involved. It was just like, well, the answer's right in front of us. So we took all those 3 things, good game, good theme, no stick, threw them in a box and said, let's ship this thing.
I'll never forget when my sister whacked me upside the head with that, because she got so excited and she did it so hard. I mean, it didn't hurt still, but it was like we were all like in stunned
I love it.
silence.
I love it.
Like,
okay, I got to tell you a story about that. I love this. I love hearing this. So the original version of the game, let's talk about instructions and how you go through all these revisions. The original version of the game said, if somebody messes up, hit them with the inflatable club. We saw in testing, all these debates came up. How hard are we allowed to hit people? And they wanted an answer from the game. And I was like, okay. So I wrote, hit somebody with the club hard. And so the next few tests, people were literally getting hurt. So I changed it, hit somebody with the club lightly. And then people were doing this like gentle dink, you know, right? It was terrible. It wasn't fun. Yeah. So the final version says, hit somebody with the stick gently, and then parentheses, ish. And that suddenly let everyone have their own interpretation. If you read that as gently, go for it. If you read that as hard, you go for it. However, it's suddenly this little ish let people interpret that word however the hell they wanted, and now everybody just has a good time.
Listen to the rest of the episode now by becoming a patron today at patreon.com/roomescapeartist to access our library of over 50 bonus aftershows.